Okay, okay, okay.
How's it going, guys? Real Radman here, back at it again with another video. I do not have face cam right now because I am not in my apartment, and over in college I'm back home for a couple of weeks. So the race reviews for now, organizers have gameplay in the background for now. So sorry about that, but as soon as I get back, which is later this month or later in June, we'll go back to the normal way of doing the reviews. But for now, you cannot see my face. I'm sorry about that. Most of you probably like it anyways, so not really a big deal. Let's just talk about the race real quick. I thought it was a better race than I expected it to be. I don't know what I really expected it to be, to be honest, but the way it ended was definitely a nice way to see a race finish out, because Truex was just dominating the thing, and I personally really like fuel mileage races. I think they add a level of excitement. I wish we would get more of them, but you know, circumstances determine how it happens, and with the stages it's a little bit, you know, less likely because a race doesn't flow like it used to. But yeah, it was a pretty good race to me. Let's just start off at the beginning. Right off the bat, two contenders taken out, and this record was really key, because if you watch Truex and Jimmy Johnson, who would be two of the fastest cars throughout the race, they made an incredible save. But yeah, something came off of the car of Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 33, and seemed maybe like I couldn't tell exactly what it was. Maybe it was a brake rotor or something like that. When it hit I keep calling him Ryan Truex because he's Martin Truex's teammate, but Eric Jones. It hit Eric Jones' car, damaged him, but it went straight through Chase Elliott's car, caused him to probably bust an oil pan or something like that. Elliott's car was basically in flames. He was leaking oil down. Keselowski ran into the oil, and Keselowski hit the back of Elliott and piled up. So that took out two contenders right there. Chase Elliott's luck has been absolute shit, so I wasn't really surprised. Brad Keselowski was very unfortunate as well. I thought Keselowski was gonna have a pretty good car tonight, so that was unfortunate to see. And then yeah, Truex and Johnson, they just scooted right through there, and that was huge. It was an amazing save by both of them to go through the oil and not lose control of the car and get out of there with no damage. It was very impressive. Stage 1 was pretty good in my opinion. I think the racing was alright. In the end, Kyle Busch would win the first stage. He was leading. Truex was there. Harvick was up there as well. So it was no real big surprises. It was the second stage that really showed us what we would get. The second stage also had a delay. We had a big rainstorm, so we delayed the race by about 2.5 hours. So once we got back going, we were completely in the nighttime. Track was green and completely clean, but the resin that was still on the track, because if you guys didn't know, they put that grip strip, or the grip, whatever you want to call it, the resin that they put on the track like they did at Bristol to improve grip. They did that in the middle and top lane for Charlotte, and that stayed on the track even though it rained pretty heavily, so we were fine there. And the racing right here took a dip because Truex just dominated. I mean, Truex's car, to put this in perspective, over the last two Coca-Cola 600s, he's led over 600 laps, and you know, and combined both of them out of the 800 possible. That's insane. He's had an amazing car in both Coke 600s the last 2 years, and he dominated with Jimmy Johnson right behind him, but Johnson could never really get to him or pass him. So Truex will go ahead and win stage 2. Stage 3, I know we had Kyle Larson hit the wall, so Kyle Larson unfortunately was out of the race. Kevin Harvick was always there, and it was really Truex, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick. Those were the fast guys. No one else really got up there. Kurt Busch was like chilling around there, but and he had a really good run, much better than he's been doing the last couple of weeks, but he couldn't get up to Truex at all. So stage 3 in the end was won by Truex as well. And we head into stage 4, and strategy was a little bit all over the place, because no one really thought you could go 70 laps on fuel. That was a big stretch. And that's just where the pit window kind of ended there, with 70 laps to go. So everyone kind of pitted, and the leaders, Truex, Kyle Busch was running second at this point. They decided to come into pit road with about 35 to go. and they pit, take 4 tires, break it in half, 35 laps, and they're good to go to the end. But Jimmy Johnson, Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, guys like that, they somehow were able to save fuel, and try to push it. And to me, I was like, 70 laps. I don't think so. I thought they would probably run out with 5 or 4 to go. I didn't even think it would be close. Like, I was like, no, there's no way. And Jimmy made it fairly close. So at this point in the race, Truex was dominating like usual, and he was trying to run down Jimmy, who was in first. Austin Dillon was in second. Ryan Newman was in third. Newman got passed. So they were just trying to run those guys down. It was the classic, 4 tires, they're pushing hard versus the guys up front saving fuel. And Jimmy and Austin Dillon did a fantastic job of saving as much as they can. We go ahead to the end of the race, and basically, I mean, I don't know how he did it, but Austin Dillon made it, and Austin Dillon won the race. Jimmy Johnson ran out with 2 to go coming out of turn 2. And like I said, I was expecting both of them to run out. I thought the real fight for the lead was Kyle Busch versus Martin Truex. On the last lap, Kyle Busch was able to round the top side of Martin Truex Jr. and pass him, and I was like, oh damn, Kyle Busch probably won this race. But no, Austin Dillon made it somehow, and he said it ran out crossing the finish line. So that's amazing to me. Congrats to Austin Dillon. It's another driver who gets their first win. Ricky Stenhouse got his first win of his career this season. Austin Dillon gets his first career win of the season, or first career win this season. Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones, and Chase Elliott are still looking for their first wins of their careers. So if you would have told me that Ricky Stenhouse and Austin Dillon would be the first 2 to get their first career wins, I would have said you're crazy. But yeah, still the favorites. I mean, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott run better than Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse week in and week out. But it just goes to show that, restricted plate, Ricky Stenhouse wins. Fuel mileage, anyone's game. So to me, it was an okay race. Charlotte has never been one of my favorite tracks. I think it's a decent driver's track, but it's way too aerodynamic dependent, and it hurts the racing. The resin helped a little bit, but the problem was you could never really get side by side. You could only just kind of get to that bumper. So a couple of incidents with the oil, like I said, with Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski getting taken out. There was also another one. I don't remember who was leaking the oil, but it caused Kevin Harvick to spin out and make an amazing save. So, but I don't remember exactly who was laying down that oil. So, yeah, it was a decent race, okay race. Congrats to Austin Dillon. The dab was fantastic. I was very happy to see that. And yeah, we move on to Dover, I think it is, next week. So, yeah, sorry that I don't have face cam and that I'm probably more quiet than usual. It is 1 a.m. I'm not trying to be too loud. And this will probably go on for Dover and maybe the week after that, and then we'll be back to normal and how I usually do the reviews, which is face cam and all that stuff. But hell, if you don't want to see my face, then I'm okay with that. Just make sure you subscribe if you're new, and make sure you hit that like button if you like the video, and make sure you comment down below what you think of the race. And I will see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. Congrats to Austin Dillon. He's going to party hard, and I'm going to go to bed. So, peace out.